from Governors every Wednesday night. And there's nothing you can see that's as funny. And it's free. Like the girls in Guy Three's Company.
Welcome. It is Wednesday night. It is 7:30, and that means it's time for Three's Company Radio, coming at you live from Governor's Radio Studios here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, Long Island. I am Tony Landolfi, and as always, I am joined by the lovely and talented Ms. Bonnie Scalisi and the lovely and talented Ms. Mandy Jones.
I am talented.
Yeah.
Why did you struggle getting that out?
I have a hard time lying. We got a great show for you tonight. We have Pete, sorry, I forgot his name for a minute, from Street Fighter joining us. He's going to come in and talk to us a little bit, and maybe we can coax him to sing a couple of tunes for us. Big thing, obviously, that everybody has been talking about is good old COVID-19, the coronavirus. If long as we are not shut down by the government, we will still broadcast when we can,
we have
every
these.
week. We have those. But we will keep doing it until we can. Unfortunately, shows here at the Governor's Comedy Clubs have been suspended temporarily, but we are going to do it as much as we can. Please be safe and be careful out there, and just follow what they say. Wash your hands. If you don't have to leave the house, don't leave the house. I know it's hypocritical of me to say that because I'm sitting in a studio broadcasting to you right now. But
there's only 5 of us in here.
Do whatever you can to not, don't catch it because it's bad.
Don't be a carrier.
Don't catch it. It's bad. I know 4 people that have it, and they are not happy right now. So it's not good. Just try to be safe. Wash your hands. I know I shouldn't have to tell you that, but wash your hands.
It
wash your ass.
It actually affected our show today because one of our guests who's going to call in, the other part of Street Fighter, was literally in the parking lot, and he turned around and decided that he didn't want to take a risk with the coronavirus. He's the one that writes our song at the very beginning, our intro song. So we're really sad, but the other half of Street Fighter is here, and want to thank our engineer Mike for wiping all the equipment down and forcing us to wash our hands before we entered the studio.
Mike was
being very diligent.
Tony was like, "I showered yesterday." We're like, "Doesn't count."
I showered before I came here.
Come on, give me a break.
Dopey bitch.
But yeah, let's also be nice to each other. Comedians are affected. A lot of people are affected by this. Schools are closed. Fucking restaurants, bars. A lot of people's incomes are being hurt by this.
Where can you find a fucking restaurant? Because I've never been to a fucking restaurant. Visit.
The times are troubling.
You better
Don't
wash your hands
censor each
at the
other.
fucking restaurant.
Don't censor each other. It's sensitive times. There's so much more to worry about than what the fuck comes out of my mouth.
This is a time for all of us to just come together and be nice to each other. Like, remember how everybody was after 9/11? That's how we have to be now. We all just got to come together and
it's a crisis.
help each other out.
That's what it is.
And it'll pass eventually. They said things are going good in China. China's almost back to being 100% to where they were. So, it'll pass us. Just wash your hands and don't sneeze on people and don't cough in anybody's mouth, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, I was shocked when the New York City public school system closed down. Then that's when I knew things are really serious because they don't close for anything.
Yeah.
I used to be a New York City public school teacher. It could be blizzard out. It could be whatever. They never hardly ever close. So once I heard that, that's when I was like, this is serious.
Yeah, it is.
Really
a lot of all of our friends, they're losing out on money, us included. There's a couple of gigs that we've lost because of it. So, and anybody that's in that type of business, in the restaurant business, entertainment, it's not just comedians, it's bands and DJs and bartenders and waitresses and
gyms.
And gyms. Think about all of that. So, when it's time and they open everything back up, maybe tip your waiter or waitress a little better, maybe tip your bartender a little better, everything like that. because they're going to be
Absolutely.
hurting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and don't take the entire shelf of fucking stuff.
Don't
Oh,
Lord.
yeah. Stop being greedy, people.
I literally saw women fighting. Now, I saw a video. It was women fighting. They had the cart full of toilet paper,
Toilet paper.
and the one woman wanted one fucking thing, and one 9-pack or one 6-pack out of it, and they were physically fighting. They're calling the cops on.
Are you
the
taking
staff.
that much toilet paper before the pandemic? No. Your shit schedule will not change because of the pandemic. You're still going to shit once a day or twice a day or however many shit, every 3 days, whatever. You're still eating the same food. You're still shitting the same amount.
And you're actually probably gonna be shitting less if you're not going to like fucking Taco Bell
Yeah.
and stuff every other fucking day.
So stop.
Yeah, we'll take this. I think that this is a real test for relationships for people who are like, if they actually make you stay home all the way.
Yeah.
I think somebody
All the
posted
way.
a meme. Somebody posted
We're gonna
a meme
go all the way.
All the way.
on Facebook, a meme about how the virus is going to be much worse because people will kill their spouses because they're stuck in the
Wait a
house.
minute.
And then
with
there's
First
no
off-
bail
wait,
reform,
wait.
and there's no fucking.
Wait, you're in a new relationship right now, so you're still in that happy,
Absolutely.
happy honeymoon phase. Look how fluffy the clouds are. Like I could taste the bile when I see you two talk. So you'll be
We still are like so excited to see each other.
yeah, you'll be so happy to be locked up with, and I would be
No,
happy.
no, I won't be. I'd be away from him.
Why? He could come to your house. We'll sneak him over.
I'd have to go to his
He'll
house.
bring you cheese and wine and everything. I told Karen. Karen was like, we could paint and we could just, I said, I would be drunk the whole time.
That's the next
We
thing that
are
people are going to
allowed-
hoard. The liquor.
My liquor cabinet is fully stocked.
Oh,
Actually,
you're
I got
ready.
too much liquor in my liquor cabinet, so I got to make room. And that's what the quarantine is for. It's going to be making room in the liquor cabinet. It's going to be a lot of liquor, a lot of drinking.
Yeah. Those dusty bottles.
Probably sneak some sex in there sometime, too. But
in
Well,
between not
Is it okay if I start telling the people? I've already said some funny things in here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's some funny
Got
funny
some
comments
regular
from the audience.
comedians.
Okay, so Heather is watching. She was a
Heather,
guest
we
on the
love
show.
you.
Nancy Weems, Jan Brenner, hi.
Jan.
Jan Brenner, not Jen Brenner.
Jen.
Jan.
Where's Marsha?
He's a man.
Marsha,
Jan.
Marsha.
Didn't I just say that?
You said Jen,
Jo-
but that's
Joan
okay.
Joan Krupe Asher is watching. Greg DeFlippo is watching. Our guest obviously is watching, who we're going to introduce in a minute. Greg DeFlippo said he's glad to see everyone's okay. Bruno, of course, is watching. Robert Soleil is watching. He's going to join us on the phone in a minute. Nevin Cummings is watching. And
Nevin.
Robert's saying, I missed my effing song again. I think he's always missing the song he wrote.
Oh, well, if you were here with us in the studio, instead of
Yeah.
being scared, you would have been,
Yeah,
you could have heard it.
Scared.
Michael Zimmelman is watching. Tom Dwyer says, this is the funny part. Every time one of you touches your face, he's doing a shot.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we already have a drinking game going. Nevin Cummings is saying,
That'll get you
hi,
fucked
great
up.
show. Nevin Cummings, isn't the...
That's 2 shots.
Don't touch my face.
If somebody touches somebody else's face, it's 2 shots.
Don't touch my. You're the friggin' patient zero already because you gave me the goddamn.
We already had it. That was, I probably
You called it
started.
typhoid Mandy.
Yeah, typhoid Mandy.
I already
she
had
like gave me
Corona
the
and was
corona.
over
Yeah,
it.
and then she passed it on. I had corona before
Maybe
they
that
had
was
it in China.
Before it was stylish. Maybe that's what
I
you
had.
had.
I was the
Before it was-
trendsetter for corona.
Now, isn't Mandy?
too close.
Isn't Nevin Cummings the guy from the Staten Island show?
Yes.
All right, he's watching.
Yeah, we did
Whoa.
the Staten
And
Island
Heather
comedy show.
and Heather said she shared the show with her friends and family on Facebook. If everybody could just press the share button right now, we'd really appreciate it.
Share it.
Evan Weiss is watching, and D Love is watching.
DJ D
And
Love.
Michael Zimmelman says, all right, folks, selling toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Opening bids start at $1 and go. We were just talking about that.
Do you
How
deliver?
crazy that is.
Mike, do you
Too
deliver?
much.
Will Romero is watching. Ronnie Welsh is watching. Bill
right.
Hansen is watching. Rosa Sanfilippo is watching. My boyfriend is watching. Hi, Michael. And they're all saying, Bruno's saying there's going to be a lot of divorces and a lot of babies in 8 months. Yeah, it's going to go one way or the other.
Not me, man. I'm very much in love with my wife. I will
not
totally
gonna-
enjoy spending 2 weeks together with
Nice.
her.
That's what I think it's nice
Yes.
to like a break. And Alan Streisfeld is watching. And okay, so we're going before we introduce the next guest. We're going to play
only guest, the first guest.
our
not
we're
the
supposed to have
next
two
guest.
guests, but our only guest. Robert is going to call in. But
You know
first,
what?
we're going to
Maybe
play
we don't take his call
a
because he was
YouTube
too chicken
video.
to come in. Pete's man, he came in.
Yes. Yes, exactly. This is one of my favorite songs, so I asked Mike to play it. It's the Rolling Stones, Under My Thumb. And if you like the Rolling Stones, you have to follow this band. We're going to talk about, unfortunately, how everything's shut down right now, but when things get back.
Here's a quick thing. Maybe say the band's name so people know who you're
Street
talking
Fighter.
about. There you go.
Street Fighter.
You guys should know this already.
And we'll share it on our page, too, there, how you can get in touch with them. Is the video is
Mike's
is-
queuing it up.
The video is being queued up right now, so I'm going to put on my headphones
Mike,
so I
the
can hear it.
awesome. There we go.
That was awesome.
That was
A lot of people
great.
are writing in about how you did that they think it's a great
Why don't
song.
you introduce him and get him on
sorry.
camera so we can, get
Yes,
down to
yes.
business here?
Okay, the founder and lead singer of Street Fighter, Peter Varek.
Woo!
Did I say it right? This is the second time on our show.
Welcome.
And
I've never seen you guys before, and that was the first time. Man, you got the moves down and everything.
isn't he
huh?
like
you.
he's a
Even-
reincarnation of Mick Jagger?
Even down to the little foot shuffles there and there. You got it all
Well,
down
that was
there.
actually that's pretty lame, that one. But there's a lot more stuff that I do normally. So.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That was pretty low
this is
key.
just a small
I like this
sample.
guy a lot better than the last guy.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? He's got much better hair.
What little left there is.
No,
of it.
yours is natural. Looks cool. The other guy looks like he looked like something out of a 1950s show. Something
Yeah.
Happy Days. It was like on Happy
Oh,
Days.
yeah, there you
It's like, what?
He's talking about Jim
It's
Ray.
like you go to the barber and you get your hair cut like that. I mean, God. Wow.
But he also does an
funny
amazing
too. Look at
English
that.
accent. When he could fake an English accent. So if when
You want me to do the English accent tonight? That's what you want me
just
to do.
for a little bit,
All right, fine. That's fine.
because on
Oh,
stage
okay.
when he's pretending to be Mick Jagger, he always talks in an English accent when he introduces the songs. So until I met him and he started talking normally, I'm like, I thought you were from England.
All right.
Yeah. So he does an amazing impersonation of an English accent. So maybe you'll do it for like a few sentences. Let people hear it.
That's fine. What would you like me to say? It's
See?
like, it kind of goes along. You have to start when you try to sound like someone that you're singing. You have to. It's more about the enunciation of the words.
Right.
So you have to sing with an English accent if you're going to sound like Mick Jagger. You can't do it with a Brooklyn accent. It wouldn't sound anything like
Right,
the song.
obviously, yeah.
So it just kind of comes along with it.
So actually, it's like an impressionist trying to learn how to do it.
more of an I don't like to. I don't.
Not
like,
you as an impression. I'm saying like as a comedian who does impressions, they basically do the same thing. But
You try not to be. You try to do more of an interpretation because impressions can be a little. There's a lot of people that do this.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too much like a caricature.
yes,
You don't want.
I've
I don't
seen
want it to
that,
be a
yeah.
caricature. I don't want it to be
yeah.
me doing. It's kind of a mix of him and me.
Right.
When I do it. So.
I got you.
But-
What made you decide to make a Stones tribute band?
It was strictly business. I started playing when anybody who grew up in the '60s saw the Beatles started a band in the '60s. You played through back then. Everybody played in garages, So you played through grammar school. You played because there was no such thing. To have a dance, you had to have a band.
Right.
So you would play in the 8th grade. I'm playing in front of an 8th grade dance. Right. Through high school, the better musicians get together. Actually played in the New York City punk scene through the '70s.
Oh,
Had
cool.
an album that was released. It was recorded, never released. Then I started, and then I got married, had a kid, so I started doing this to, make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And I was doing Stones, I was doing Beatles, stuff like that. One day I heard a radio advertisement for a Doors tribute band. It was called Crystal Ship. They were out of New Jersey. It was 1978. And I said, you know what? And I can do that. So I did a Stones band. So it goes back to 1978 when I started.
Wow, that long ago,
Yeah.
really? Wow. I think this might be Rob.
It might be
calling in.
Robert who was
Hold on
supposed to
one
be here. He's the other member.
Hello, you're on
of
the
the
air.
band.
Hello,
Robert?
are you there?
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, what's
Yeah,
up?
this
Oh,
is
he made it.
Robert!
Hi, Bonnie.
We literally crossed paths.
So on joining us on the
Hold on, I better get off the show. Is there a delay?
yeah, hold on.
There is a delay.
Joining us on the phone right now is Robert Soleil from Street Fighter as well. He was too chicken to come in, so
He wasn't chicken.
No.
It was extenuating circumstances
Yes.
that he
very
could not control.
extenuating.
Let's just put it that way.
while I have you on the phone, Robert, first I cannot thank you enough for the theme song.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. It is perfect. It fits in beautifully with us. It was a great job and just fantastically done. Thank you so much for taking the time to write that for
you're
us and record it.
You're very welcome.
No.
It was a favor to Bonnie because
Thank you, Robert.
she asked me to write a song for her about 42 years ago.
Now, Robert,
And you weren't ready yet.
You said that song was that for my camp group or something?
Yes, the Kissy Kids.
I don't remember that. I have
Oh
such
my
a terrible
God.
memory.
You don't?
No. Do you still remember how the song went?
No.
I don't even remember
I've-
that. That's
I've
I
written
have
other
terrible
songs
memory.
since then,
Yep, I do.
Oh, we're the kissy kids and we're okay, something like that,
I was a camp counselor. You helped me write a song.
Ah, I see.
But
okay.
I don't remember that because he was talking about that and I didn't remember. But yes, he wrote the song, and I used to watch Robert when he was part of Full House, and then I found out about Street Fighter through Robert, because Robert's you guys.
How'd you and Robert hook up?
He used to be my guitar teacher.
Not you. I'm talking to our guest. You know our guest who's sitting right there?
Evan Weiss goes as Bonnie drunk already.
Jeez.
Bob was playing in another band with some people, and Street Fighter was on a hiatus for a long time. And one of the guys said, "You want to put Street Fighter back together?" And Bob was with a bunch of other people in another band, and they decided to relaunch it, which is probably about 21 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They've been together that long.
Yeah, 21.
That explains why you guys do such a good job, because you've been doing for such a long time.
Well, Bob and I for 21 years, and actually our drummer now, he just came back last year, but he was one of the original drummers. He goes back to the 79,
Wow.
80 with me. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Was it interesting watching yourself, watching the video of yourself? Because like as a comic, my voice sounds different. I feel like I look different when I watch myself. Like you grabbed the headphones as soon as we put the video up, like you wanted to tune in. Like, is it weird to watch yourself perform like that?
No, not that. And that was a very well produced video, so I was very happy with the performance.
Okay.
What I'm not happy with sometimes is a lot of people will take videos of live performances and
Like
they'll put
me.
it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'll look at it and I'll go, oh my God.
Yeah,
that
it's the
was
worst
terrible.
angle
Right,
It's
ever.
the
It's
sound
so
is terrible, or like I was flat, or I was short. That
the
that
back of
so that
somebody's
was,
head.
I mean, that was one take that we did that, but that's a great studio.
Yeah,
You
that was
hear
good
everything.
production.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're playing live on stage, it all depends on how much you can hear. And sometimes it's just a mess. It just happens. And you're doing the best you can. You don't want the audience.
Yeah.
And then you hear a video of it. And if it's taken from a phone, like right in front of the stage,
Right.
Yeah.
so they're getting the stage volume and not what's coming through the speakers, it can be really bad. And that can be like, oh, my God.
Right.
But I do honestly look at it to say, what can I do better the next time? I just try to improve and stuff like that. It's
Just use it as a critiquing tool then, better
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
how you doing.
Robert actually commented. He goes, "We look great." He was watching himself from the camera, right,
So-
Robert?
It sounded good too.
So,
Yeah.
Good too.
Rob, is your wife like 40 years younger than you, just like Bill Wyman's, or?
No, she's only 3 years younger.
Oh, see, you got to commit. You got to commit to the character, Rob.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I actually know.
I'm not going to marry her daughter either.
Oh yeah.
Is that like a Stones thing?
Yes.
See, because I know nothing about the Stones. I only know this about the
Which
Stones.
is my
There's a
case would
great
be-
documentary out right now called The Quiet One, which is Bill Wyman, who's the bass player. Now, he's
Yeah.
retired from the Stones about 10 years or more, but he has pictures and videos from when the Stones first started. And they did it, it's on Amazon, it's on Prime, it's called The Quiet One. And if you're a Stones fan, you got to see it because they show his basement, which is just rows and rows of pictures and videos, and he's got every costume he ever performed in.
Wow.
Wow.
And so it's a lot of great stuff that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And he also talks about his addiction. Do you know what his addiction was?
Women.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
I
right.
figured.
Yeah, it was.
Because he went through them real quick.
No, there was that his issue was women. There was on one tour where he supposedly slept with like 330 women.
Who, Mick Jagger?
No,
No, Bill Wyman.
Pay attention here.
Why
Come
are
on.
you sleeping?
I don't even know who Bill Wyman
No, and he
is.
admits it.
The
He
bass
talks
player,
about
the
it.
Rolling
I
Stones.
don't
He had
know.
no trouble with drugs or alcohol. His issue,
Right.
his addiction was women.
Yeah.
And he had a huge problem with it.
I got it's the
he
quiet
still
one.
alive?
The Quiet One. It's on
Yeah.
Amazon. It's fab. You got to check it out. It's only
'Cause
90
I-
minutes. It tells the story of how we got into the music because he's older than the Stones by
Yeah.
about 9 years. How we got into how he built his first bass guitar, how he got into the Stones, and how they all started. It's a fascinating.
I watched the
fascinating-
one Scorsese made about them.
That's Shine a Light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
more of a. That was just a live performance with some stuff mixed
Right.
in. This is more. This is just. It's the story of the Rolling Stones from his perspective.
Right.
And it's fabulous. And there's
I like
a lot
seeing
of cool stuff.
documentaries like that back
Yeah.
in the when they're in like the infant stages and stuff like
A
that.
lot of
when they're
early
starting.
60s
Yeah.
live performances and stuff like that. It's very, very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out.
So you had said, you guys we were talking about the virus and how it affects all the businesses. it affects the comics obviously because all of the bars are closed. It's going to affect your
Sure.
so. Like, what is your plan? Like, what is?
Well, we have no. Our plan is to have no plan. I mean, obviously we have a schedule. We're supposed to play twice next weekend, which is off. We have dates in April, which I'm assuming will be off, and then we hit May, and we have a pretty full schedule during the summer. But we'll have to see how long it's going to last. I mean, it's going to be at least 30. It could be more until they right now you can't have 100+ people in a place.
By the summertime, we should be all right because the heat. It kills the virus. So.
Yeah, it's yet to be determined, but you would hope so.
Yeah.
The biggest
Hey, it
concern
took a
that I
long
have.
time for us to come up with that plan, Pete.
Yeah, I know. The clubs now, if you take like the Kevin Sheehan, who owns KJ Farrell's, he owns the Warehouse, Prohibition. He's got another room in Levittown. He's done. I mean, he's closed, and he just opened his 4th place.
Yeah.
Right. So, I feel really bad for him. And what's going to happen now? By the time he gets back online, as far as if open the places, everybody's going to start heading to the summer outdoor bars.
Yeah.
So those
Not
clubs
even him,
do
his,
not.
his staff too. They're all out of jobs.
They're all out of jobs, but everybody say they created the infrastructure for music. It's one thing. You need musicians, but you need a place to play.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So these guys, both that and Dave at 89 North and all the other places. I'm really concerned because they got to weather this storm, and the problem is they're going to come out of this storm exactly when the warm weather hits, and people don't go to those places in the summertime.
They
They go to the beach
outside,
places.
yeah.
So my recommendation to everybody who frequents the music scene on Long Island is before you head over to the beach bars, think about the clubs that are
If you
going to
want
need
them
your
to be
help.
there.
Yeah.
You want them to be there, need their support. I think it's really important.
Why do you want to go to the beach bars forever anyway? There's always a bunch of jackasses.
It
over there.
always happens because we see it. We do a couple. We do beach bars too.
Yeah.
But we always for the clubs that we have relationships with, they ask us to do 1 or 2 shows in the summertime. And they're always significantly down in attendance from a November or an April
Well,
date.
I have to assume.
So I really want to encourage people to think about this year. Once we get back online, that they start frequenting those places, in the summertime to support those people getting back on their feet.
Robert, did you just cough?
I know.
into
Good
the-
thing
Better
you're
get
not
that
here.
Lysol
You
out.
better
Thank
get
God he's
that
not
out of
here.
I know.
Thank
Maybe
God
it
he's
was
not
better
here.
for us that you didn't
Yeah.
come in.
You know what? I'm glad you didn't come
I
in.
know. That was a second little
Yeah.
cough I heard.
patient 0
I have
on the
a- I have a-
phone.
I have a really bad cough.
Oh, do you?
That's why I didn't come in.
Nice.
I'm not saying what it is. I just have a very bad cough.
Can't be good. Nobody's ever
No.
been healthy and coughed. I'm just
I've
saying.
had it for months.
Uh-huh.
As a matter of fact, I had it. I was redoing the vocals because it's Three's Company theme song.
Oh, so
you
now
blame
it's
it
our
on us?
fault?
It's your fault,
Okay,
right.
good.
You
All
blame
right,
us?
good. All right, I like how this is.
No.
Stop
No,
it.
I'm just. I
fucking-
sent Mandy about 3 different versions of the song because I wanted to redo it.
He hasn't. He keeps perfecting it. So I have like 47 different editions of our theme song.
The one we have right now that we're using
I love it.
is
I love it
perfect.
exactly.
It's
what it is.
perfect.
Christopher Brian Roach is watching, and so is
Oh,
Kathy Arnold.
Christopher.
Evan Weiss is saying all kinds of
Hi.
funny things.
Okay, getting back to our guest.
Yes.
And stop ignoring him, please.
All right.
I'm not ignoring him.
All right.
So I would assume
Hi, Pete.
after being around since the 70s, you guys must have a nice strong following.
How could we have a phone call when we have
Yeah.
somebody on?
Somebody knows the other number.
So I guess it wouldn't be a problem with you guys to get the people back. I guess into the bar.
No,
club
we
that
do.
you're playing
We
at.
do well. I mean, but it's an extreme, right? I
Yeah.
mean, when we play one of those places in the summertime, we'll do less than we do in November. We'll still do well. It's
Right.
for the places. That's one of the reasons why they do that, because the clubs want us there because they know X number of people are going to come to see us.
Right.
But the problem is you need X plus for that, right? So it's a reasonable night.
I got you.
But these guys are going to have to come back from a huge deficit. Okay.
Oh,
all the
yeah.
rents and everything else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything they got to pay. So it's. I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook about, hey, supporting these rooms. Just want to remind everybody that let's not just go to the outdoor bars in the summertime. Let's go support these clubs that have been there and have been the infrastructure. When we first started this band 20 years ago, there was one club we played at on Long Island, and it was Port Jazz and Port Jefferson. There was no clubs to play at. All these places
Right.
that are now like I just mentioned, KJ Farrell's 89 North, the Warehouse, Nutty Irishman, they didn't exist.
No.
They didn't exist. And it's interesting now you have a much older crowd. It's an over 45 crowd to go to these places, and they enjoy it.
Well, that was because now we're that age now. Because when we were younger, I mean, when I was younger, I used to go to Sundance all the time because they had
Sure.
all the metal bands playing there, and you had that, and you had what Spit and
Yes.
So we started,
stuff
and
like
Bob would have been the
that,
same thing
but-
with Full House. You had the Good Times at Comac,
OBI.
Good Times at Mass Speak,
right. I was about to
OBI,
say that OBI,
Gas Time Pub,
Good Times,
Speaks, Hammerheads,
Beery's.
right? But all those places went like
Yes.
that, right? So we're playing to this interest. We're playing to the same people, except now they're.
But that's what my next thing was going to say. Well, now we're older,
Right.
So now, I know I can go see Street Fighter, and I don't have to worry about some drunk guy puking on my shoes.
Sure.
Because he's not
That's true.
22. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's my age.
Yeah, we don't drink.
No, I go to see
professionals.
them perform, and the places are packed.
Yes, of course. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that. But what I'm saying is, so then more of us in our age bracket want to see, more of these bands. So that's why the venues are popping up.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
More and
Yep.
more. And then once we get too old to go, they'll go down the shit pipe again. And that'll be
Never.
somebody else's problem.
And you guys will be doing retirement homes like Pat Marone.
There you go.
Yeah, Bruno was saying support your local clubs, and that goes for the
Yeah.
same with the comedy clubs too. A lot of the
Just
comedians.
support. I don't understand. There's so much local talent, not only comedians, musicians and stuff like that. There's so much of it on Long Island, so much local. And people, I'm not going to go pay $10 to go see such and such, but you'll spend $150 to go watch Nicki Minaj lip sync or whatever. Whoever the fuck it is, I don't know. But there's so much in these small clubs. Go to these venues and see these bands and see these comedians because the talent out there is so good, and you're missing out to go watch somebody who doesn't need your money lip sync on a stage somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
I actually think
47th
they're going to
final
see her
tour.
booty, actually, though.
Well, even if it's not her, whatever. Pick any
So
one of
far
those
away, you
pop
can't see
music
it anyway.
jackasses, and they're all lip syncing, so it doesn't matter.
What I like about going to see you guys is you can get right to the front of the stage and see everything really close.
I'm finally like see it
That
up
didn't
close
come
and
out right.
personal.
I'm saying, like, if you see the real Stones, you're going to see them on a monitor. If you're lucky to get any tickets.
Right.
Mike, the engineer, is shaking his head. No,
It's all right.
No.
no.
So
That's
I
right,
was
when you
very
come-
disappointed about these gigs. I just went. I hadn't been shopping for rock and roll clothes in about a while, so I just spent like a ton of money in New York City at Trash and Vaudeville buying all new pants and stuff. But now
Right.
I can't wear them till.
Now you can't.
until we have
Well,
a
you
show.
can wear
Oh,
'em.
well, eventually I wouldn't.
Nobody's
going
gonna
to
see you.
Yeah, exactly right.
But
So-
you can wear. You could do like a fashion show on Facebook Live. Just
No.
set up the camera and be
No,
like,
it's not gonna work.
"Here's mine. Here's this."
It's not
I
the
have to
fun.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
So we were at. I know you have a new
Look at me.
boy. I know you have a new
Are you
boyfriend.
talking about me or
I'm
me?
talking about you.
Oh, I
You.
thought you were talking
Yeah,
to
you have a
Mandy.
new boyfriend.
Yes.
Okay, so
he watches my posts.
no. So here's what. Check this out. She was having sex in the car before my gig.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
You saw? You saw?
You were, because I was standing
That's not
outside
true.
of the Sunset Grill.
No, I know
and I
that.
was talking to John
We've
Sparrow,
been
and you
kissing a
came up
little
to
bit.
me. Can I finish the story, please?
Let him finish.
She comes up and she goes, "When are you guys going on?" I said, "Oh, well, you're early. We're probably not in 20,
I have
30
time for
minutes."
a quick
And she
quickie.
goes, "Good." And she heads back. The two of them head back to the car.
Oh my God! You
I'm
dirty.
standing there. We're having
Oh
a
my God.
conversation, and she's only 3 cars over.
Oh my God.
And the next thing I know, somebody
car
disappears.
starts rocking.
A little fog on the mirrors.
dirty trollop.
I was like,
Oh my
No,
God.
you
my
brought that up before. I wanted to
God.
bring that to your attention.
That's
Thank
hilarious.
you for telling that story.
Oh.
my
Peter.
God.
Footprints on the
Peter.
window.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Peter, look at Michael's Facebook page.
Uh-oh.
That'll explain it.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You know
Don't
what
do
I'm
it.
talking about,
Anybody who's
Bonnie.
Oh
listening,
my
don't
God.
listen to
All right,
Robert.
Does the
Don't listen to Robert.
ADD kick in when you're having sex too? Is like you going at it and
I
then
don't
you're
know. You
like,
have to ask Michael that.
oh my God, I need a coloring book. Like, is it?
Wait, Christopher Brian
Oh,
Roach.
there you go.
Christopher Brian Roach is saying, "Yo, I got booty at Spit." and Jan Brenner.
That's how he got herpes.
Jan Brenner saying,
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
yeah, that was a long time ago. Jan Brenner saying, "Things are so weird. I'm doing my act to my dog, and he fell asleep." Peaches Rodriguez is watching. She's saying, "Hey, hi, hey, Mama," And Jim Rea, the guy you were just talking about, he said, support your local strippers. I hear they are even willing to make house calls. Of course Jim would say that.
The church is going to give you
Now,
the boot,
Do you
Jim.
think
It's coming any
you would
minute.
be okay with playing a song
Would
for
you
us?
Would you play a
Could
song
try?
for us?
Sure.
I mean,
Could you
without
give me the
Robert
guitar?
here, it's going to be difficult.
Michael?
No, it's not.
Could you please
Don't
hand
call
me
me
No,
that?
it's not. I've been waiting for this.
It's like,
For
I'm just gonna see
this?
if I can
No,
fit
him.
it.
He's
And there's a
been
pick
waiting
over
for
there,
this.
too, if you don't mind.
Wow.
Let's see. Bob, did you
Did you
tune
wash
this
your
out before
hands?
you put it in?
Did you wash your hands, Mike? Hey, Bob, is this
What?
thing tuned? Did you tune it before you dropped it off?
Now, do you have
No,
enough room? Do you want to
so
move over?
there's a toot.
Move over. Sorry.
There's a tuner in the big
Well, it's a
pouch.
little late for that now.
That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
We'll have to disinfect the guitar when he's done.
A little flat on the E.
Thanks for not tuning it, Rob. Real great. Real professional.
Can you hear it okay?
All right.
You can help to the woo-woos. Please allow me to introduce myself, because I'm a man of will and taste. I've been around for a long, long time. So many men sold away. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and see his face. And I'm pleased to meet you. Hope you get some my name. What's bustling you is just the nature of my game. I stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was the time for a change. I killed us all, and as the ministers, Anastasia, straight of aim. Who rode a tank, had a general's rank, when the blitzkrieg raged, and the body sank. And I'm pleased to meet you, hope you get somebody. I was buzzing and you, it's just the nature of my game. You got your woo-woo with this. Got your glee, and your kings and queens, forwards and the games, for the gods they made. I shot it out, kill the Kennedys, well after all, it was you and me. Yeah, let me please introduce myself. I'm a man, and says, I lay tracks for troubadours who got killed before they reached Bombay. Yeah, pleased to meet you. Hope you get some idea. I was bustling you is just a nature of my game. Oh well, now if every cop is a criminal and all the sinners saints, if heads and tails is call me Lucifer, I'm in need of some restraint. If you meet me, have some courtesy, have some sympathy, and some taste. All you well learn politics, I will lay your soul to waste. And I'm pleased to meet you. Hope you get some idea. What's bustling you is just the nature of my game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, tell me, baby. Tell me, honey. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody's saying
Yeah.
everyone is
That's
saying how great
awesome.
it is. Rosa
Thank you.
Sanfilippo saying love this. Evan Weiss saying awesome stuff. Bobby Inzanero saying this is great. Lauren's going woohoo. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Isn't it? And the band, the whole band together
It's
is
a lot
awesome
better with the
too.
man, but
Yeah.
we do.
That was a good taste.
It's good.
Hey, Bonnie.
Yes. And it's not true
Thank-
about the car, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Usually when we do that song, I invite someone to come up and sing the woo woos with me.
Oh yeah, I once again, because I don't pay attention, he wanted me to get up on stage and do it. And I wasn't paying attention, and so I what did I do?
I can't believe Bonnie wasn't
He
paying
kept
attention.
motioning me to come on the stage, but I didn't know what he was doing. So
Well,
All
one
right.
night at the sun.
Was that
one
the
night at
same
the
night you had
Sunset
sex
Grill.
before you came out, or was that a different night?
That's
that was
different.
a different night.
Different night.
Oh, and now everybody's saying,
was saying woo
Rolling
woo and-
Stone songs they want you to play.
Yeah, Neve says paint it
Somebody said
black.
Painted Black. Somebody just suggested Sympathy for the Devil.
We just did Sympathy for the Devil, Evan Weiss,
Oh,
you
Evan.
dumbass.
I didn't know what it was called, so I can't call it them. Yeah, but Robert, I want to get up on the stage at some point with you, so we'll try to get another time. I'll pay attention.
My mom is watching.
All right,
She says you
after the
remind her of
virus.
Joe Cocker.
That's a new one. Obviously, I got Mick Jagger, I got Tom Petty, I got Iggy Pop a lot.
Yeah.
I got never gotten Joe Cocker.
Well, there you go. It's the first time.
First, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
You remind me of Mick Jagger. So, are you okay with playing another song?
I could try, sure. You're a little limited with the what kind of song do you want to hear?
Robert, do you
Whatever
have any
you-
suggestions?
Whatever you're comfortable doing.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to sing it.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, when you're sitting there in your silk upholstered chair, we're talking to some rich folks that you know. Well, I hope you won't see me in my ragged company, 'cause you know I could never be alone. Well, take me down, little Susie, well, take me down. You're delayed, Bob. I know.
That's good.
Sorry.
You're the
No,
queen
keep going,
of the
Robert.
underground.
There you go, man.
You can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Oh, when you're sitting back in your rose pink Cadillac, making bets on Kentucky Derby Day.
I bet that's closed now too.
Well, I will be in my basement room with a needle and a
You
spoon.
can still do that though.
Yeah, and another girl to take my pain away. Well, take me down, little Susie, well, take me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground.
Get it, Pete.
You can't send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the U.S. mail. Saying with dead flowers at my wedding. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Awesome.
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 Everybody's
have
saying it's awesome.
Yeah, people have been craving entertainment.
Yes, yes. So, of all the years you've been doing it, do you have any experience like that stands out in your mind of a crazy incident that happened? Like, for instance, one of our comic friends had a fire drill go off during her comedy show. Did anything stand out over these 20 years that, you know,
No fire drills.
not fire alarms?
Anybody,
Fire alarm. Fire
anybody
alarm.
ever
Fire
give you
alarm.
something weird? Like a fan ever give you something weird?
We can't talk about that.
Oh, damn.
Have you ever met any of the Stones?
No, I have not. No.
That's terrible.
Yeah, well,
But the last time he was on our show, Mark White was watching and saw them perform, and Mark White, the bass player for the Spin Doctors, complimented both you and Robert and said you guys were awesome. So that's pretty,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
nice.
high
nice.
praise.
Yeah, I remember that. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Robert.
So nothing crazy, no
Nothing
crazy
noteworthy,
stories from the road.
Nothing noteworthy.
Nothing.
Robert,
I
what
mean,
about
yeah.
you?
What about me? About what?
About any crazy stories going on?
Any stalkers?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say
Stalkers,
when
yeah,
I
but that's
decide,
not.
Yeah.
you know, when I invite people up to sing
Yeah.
on Sympathy for the Devil.
Yes.
One night at the Sunset Grill, I saw some girl dancing in front of the stage. Well, there's no stage there, but so I grabbed her arm to bring her up on stage. She didn't really want to come. I figured, well, let me just give her another little tug. Maybe she'll come up. And she definitely didn't want to come up, so she dragged me into the audience.
No, she pulled you into the crowd.
Well,
you know,
almost. I mean, you know,
Actually,
eventually,
I just thought of one.
eventually
And there is a video of it. We were playing at KJ Farrell's, and it was about 2 years ago, and this woman, younger woman, was incredibly inebriated, and she was dancing in front, and she came.
It wasn't me.
She came on stage to dance with me. We were playing "Let It Bleed," and it was hysterical because she was, and her boyfriend was right in front, and basically, she started doing stripper moves to me while I was doing,
Oh my
doing the
God.
song. So I just kind of went along with that. I actually have, she like kind of jumped on me, and I kind of threw her around a little bit. The video exists. I
likes
got to try
that.
to find it. It's very funny. I mean, the security guys were laughing their asses off because they basically had to ask her to leave after that. But
Yeah.
we went on for like 5 minutes, and she was just, kind of, it was.
The boyfriend didn't get mad at you
no,
for swinging
boyfriend
his
was
old lady
fine.
around?
No, and she was like going. Kneeling. You gotta
Yeah.
The video exists. I got to find it.
Yeah,
It's-
send that to
I would
us.
love to see
it's,
that.
We'll put
yeah,
that
it was-
up
We'll
on
and it's
our
just
play
page.
funny, and it just was totally impromptu, and it was absolutely hysterical. And
See, that's when fun things happen.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not it wasn't something bad.
Never
that
saw her
came
again.
in it.
Security, her and her boyfriend left.
Took him right out.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any like hecklers? Like comics have hecklers. Do you guys?
Not anymore. When like back in the old days, when you were, when we were playing, we were like in their 20s. You get some drunk kids who just like become idiots. Yeah, sure.
Freebird!
Yeah, revert or just like they don't like you because they don't they're just drunk and they want to pick a fight. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
But these days, no, you don't get that.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
It's a much more mature audience.
Yeah.
One of the things, my wife is a huge Stones fan. She
You
loves
got to bring her down to see us play.
Oh, she would love them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would.
You've got to when the bars get back to
Right,
to-
obviously, when everything gets back. One thing I've always liked about them is that they've always tiptoed by the line of the evil side of, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
the Beatles were all like,
Oh, yeah.
and
They were a lot
the
more
Stones
racy.
put Lucifer in their song, you know what I mean? Which I think kind of helped pave the way for bands like Sabbath and stuff like that because they saw, hey, it's not
I mean, they
so
were purposely.
bad.
Most people don't realize, though maybe they do. A lot. They were marketed. Their first manager, Andrew Luke Oldham, purposely marketed them as the anti-Beatles.
Right.
Because the Beatles had that spot taken, so he wanted them to be. He wanted them to be the tough boys, the this, that, and the other thing. Also, when they first started, they didn't write any of their songs. Their first two albums were all covers of blues songs. And the story goes that he threw the Mick and Keith in a room and said, write a song. Don't come out until you write a song.
Yeah.
And the first song that they came out with was, I don't know, it was As Tears Go By.
Right.
Which they were embarrassed to play for the band, so they got Marianne Faithfull to record it. And she did it, and it became a hit for her. And actually, the first song that they wrote for the band was Last Time.
Right.
So, and then they started.
Who wrote their first hit, Pete?
Who wrote their first hit?
Yeah. I Want to Be Your Man.
Oh, it wasn't a really hit. That only got, I Want to Be a Man was written by McCartney and Lennon. Obviously, the Beatles also covered it.
Right.
That wasn't a hit. That was like, that's made like top 20.
I like it.
Mario's favorite song, Little Red Rooster, was actually a #1 for them in the UK. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
Well,
we should do it then.
You and Robert, you've been working together for 20 years. How's the how do you guys get along? Do you ever fight
We
with
can't
each other?
stand each other.
Do you have fights? Like,
I know the feeling.
do you like have musical disagreements or disagreements about things? Or
Oh yeah, all the time.
you do all the time.
Absolutely.
Like, so if you get into a fight, how do you make up?
But
We
he
just
trusts me
ignore
with
it. Steel cage
background
match.
harmony.
We ignore it.
Cage match?
Steel cage match.
Wait, guys don't make up.
They don't make up.
No.
Make up. Guys you just like ignore it.
You just
Very
You know,
good.
it's I mean, have you ever made up with another guy?
no.
No, you don't make up. Like you could be pissed off at somebody.
Yeah.
Right. Do something, and you so friend, whatever, and then either 20 minutes later you're having it's
Having a drink,
Having a
or
drink, it doesn't matter.
you give it a
doesn't
few
matter.
days, and then you run into them. You're like, "Hey, "What's up?
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
what's
fine.
up?"
You don't-
And then
you don't-
everything's
you know,
fine.
this is-
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't make
So
up.
you're guys, so you handle it the guy
Guys don't
way.
like hug it out and you're like, I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry too, bro. No, that doesn't
No
happen.
feelings, nothing.
It's not that.
No,
it's
we-
just
We go up on the stage and we play.
Yeah, and the chemistry. We had some issues with different people in the band as far as the chemistry is really good right now, even with the full-time members and the people that we used to fill in occasionally because guys get busy, and that's fine.
right.
We like each other, and that makes a big difference when you're having a good time on stage versus people who are jerks. I do this for fun. Yeah, I get to pretend to be Mick Jagger for 2 hours. How rough is that, right? and people dig it, but you do it. But you need positive energy around you to do it. You don't need bullshit.
Yeah.
And everybody's got a really good, really good vibe. And Bob and I have always, we sing really well together. For
They
all
do.
his harmonies.
It's
It's
amazing.
unfortunate you can't tell us because he's singing over the phone.
Yeah.
But even on that song, there's no harmonies on it. But him and I can he harmonized really well. He
No, it
harmonized
sounded
really
good.
well.
Actually,
with me.
I was listening in the headphones. It sounded good. You said there was a delay, but I didn't hear it.
Okay, that's fine.
It was.
Oh, you mean it wasn't a delay?
It was a delay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Remember, it's Bonnie talking.
Oh, so Robin DeVito, one of your biggest fans, is watching. She said she
Oh, hi,
got
Robin.
off the plane and she literally just tried to watch you guys. Tony Walker was going to stop by, but he couldn't. So Tony Walker's watching. Hi, Tony. John Piazza just tuned in. So we have about 10 minutes left. I would normally say
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Okay, you have the Street Fighter page, which once things get back to normal, people who want to see your shows can do what?
Well, there's two. The easiest thing to do is like us on Facebook, which is Street Fighter, just one word.
Okay.
Because when we put up all the events that we have there, there's also a link to our website, which is Street Fighter, and this is very important, Stones Band, the hyphen, because someone who used to be with the band has the old website URL, so if you go to it, it's a dead website.
Okay.
And
So Street Fighter -stonesband.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
and hopefully things will.
And YouTube
And
you-
YouTube.
But that's all. We have a
and
YouTube channel.
Instagram.
Instagram too.
Instagram. I
wow.
don't follow you on
Yeah.
Instagram. How do
All
you get
Street
to,
Fighter.
How do you follow you on Instagram?
You go in
Street
the
Fighter.
search button in Instagram and
Oh,
you
God.
type in
Mandy,
Street
you'll help me.
Fighter.
Mandy will
All right,
help
we'll
me.
find it.
And
Evan-
you can see all of our videos on YouTube.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. I'll
Yeah,
post all that to our page
Yes,
so everyone
yes.
can
Yeah.
find you guys.
And when the virus is over, we'll have you back so you can actually come into the studio.
When the virus is over,
There's some men in the hallway. I don't know who they
we'll
are.
have you
Oh, it's
back.
MJ. Okay, that scared me for a minute.
As long as I can read your talk.
I was like, who are these men? So, do we have time for you to play one more? Everybody's
I'm
suggesting.
trying to
different
think of what I
ones.
could play by myself. 'Cause I don't really
Stairway.
play guitar in the band, so it's a little challenging for me.
Don't worry
You're
about
doing
it.
awesome.
It's Mario. You listen to Mario? If Mario was there, I'd play this. I am a little rooster, baby. I'm not gonna do that. That's his favorite song, it's Little Red Rooster, which is one of the Stones' first hit. And every time he's a great guy to come see us all the time, and we refuse to play it just 'cause I think it's a boring song.
Right.
What he says.
He's
when
not
This guy
watching.
loves it.
He's not
Yeah.
watching.
So this little. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be. You're gonna give your love to me. I'm gonna love you night and day. Well, love is not fade away. Love is not fade away. I know it's bigger than a Cadillac. I I tried to show you, but you drive me back. Your love for me has got to be real. Before you know just how I feel. Before you know just how I feel. Who do you love? Who do you love? Our love is bigger than a Cadillac. I tried to show you, but you drive me back. Your love for me has got to be real. Before you know just how I feel. Love is not fade away. Love is not fade away. 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 Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome
Thank
job.
you.
Awesome.
That
Thank
is
you.
amazing.
Awesome job. What's your favorite Stone song?
Yeah, do you get tired of performing? And
Well, there's two. Yeah.
Ruby Tuesday.
No.
I love Ruby Tuesday.
Believe it or
know,
not,
it's shut your
90%
mouth.
of all the music I listen to is Rolling Stones.
Right.
That's all I listen to. I might drive my wife crazy. Seriously.
Miss Amanda Jones.
No. So there's two. So, to listen to, probably either Give Me Shelter or Brown Sugar, because those are just incredible songs.
Right.
What a lot of people ask me, what is your favorite song to sing?
Okay, what's that?
And it's a complicated answer because it depends on three things. On any given night, it could be any song that we do, and it depends on the audience reaction.
How drunk you are?
No.
They are.
This is non-alcoholic beer. I don't drink. The audience what you can hear,
Right.
because every how much you can hear of yourself, and the groove the band gets into on any given song,
Right.
because it's not always exact. So
Right.
on any given night, it can be any particular song, because those are the factors that get into it.
Right.
And I enjoy singing them all, but it could be that. So that's
Sympathy for the Devil's my favorite, so
It's
thank
that's
you
one
for
of my
playing it
favorite.
for me.
We are. We were supposed to have a bunch of rehearsals because we're adding some material. We were actually going to try. We've been doing a live version of Sympathy. We're trying to do more of the studio version of it, which we're going to hopefully, when we get it back out
Right.
In a month or two. So we're going to have some new stuff. I mean, we probably know about, I don't know, 50, 60 songs, Bob, something like that.
Wow.
You typically play, let's say you play 30 a night, right? Mm-hmm. 20 of them you have to play, and those are the big hits. Painted Black, Jumpin' Jack Flash,
Right.
Brown Sugar, Give Me Shelter, Satisfaction, Under My Thumb, and the other 10 you can kind of rotate in and out. But we're still trying. So we're still trying to, and you can do different versions. So what you heard was really the live version of Sympathy, which is the chords from Get Your Yayas Out. We're trying to do more of the percussion-driven studio version, which our
Right.
drummer's been working on and figure out how to do that, because just as a different way of doing it. And we have some other stuff that we're.
How long is your set for when you guys play?
Well, they play all night practically.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I asked him.
He's mean
when
to
we
me.
when we play a club like KJ Farrell's,
Yeah.
we
Like 2 hours,
2
2.5
hour
hours.
and Farrell's a little bit shorter. It's 7:30 to 10. Normally it's 2 hour and 15-minute shows with
Okay.
25 minutes in between. When we play the big shows, like we played Jones Beach, which we hope we'll be playing again this year, the band show.
Yeah.
2.5 hours straight.
2.5 hours straight at the
Yeah.
band show.
Yeah, straight.
Wow. And there's
Yeah.
no
That's a long
breaks?
time.
No, right. No, because you don't want to lose a crowd.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean,
They
'cause
just
then
keep
that just
going.
listen. When you get a crowd, it's like you're comedians, right?
Yeah.
Audience
Yeah,
is into
keep
it.
'em there.
Can't you go forever?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you don't want to
keep 'em.
stop. It's the same thing as a musician.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you get into the groove. Everybody's dancing. They're going crazy, and they're into it, and they're yelling, and it's like you don't feel like. You do 2.5 hours. You feel like it's over. Like I could do another 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
the
I
energy
know
just
the
comes from the
feeling.
audience.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I love it.
I know the feeling.
That's why you're there. You're there to play. So
Yeah.
All right.
let's go all night.
The band is Street Fighter. I want to thank Pete so much
you.
for
Yeah,
coming in and
thank
performing.
Thank you very much.
One of our best
Peter
guests
Barak.
ever.
Yes.
Such a
And
great
Robert
job.
Soleil.
We
When
would
this coronavirus bullshit is over
Yeah.
and we can all go back to living normal again, make sure you go out and see this band. Just base it on the 3 songs this man just played and how great he was. Just imagine seeing him with his whole band. How awesome they'll be.
And he just sings. He's not even supposed to have the guitar.
Right, he's not even supposed to have the guitar, and he
Right.
wailed on that son
Right,
bitch.
he didn't even know he was going to perform tonight. This was like last minute.
Bob's like, I'll call in. He's like, I guess leave the guitar.
Leave the guitar.
Like-
Leave the guitar. Take the cannoli.
Make
But
sure you wipe it down, Pete.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
That's the
what this
fucking
is for.
carrier.
We got the wipes.
thank you, Rob, for calling in and staying on the phone with us the whole hour. Pete, thank you for coming down. That
My
was
pleasure.
fantastic.
Thank you,
guys, God bless you all. I hope everything works out for the best for all of us. Wash your hands. Wash your ass.
Be nice to
Don't
each
cough in
other.
anybody's mouth or face. Be nice to everybody. Hopefully, we'll see you next week.
Tongue kiss
if
your
not,
lovers.
I don't know. We'll keep you updated on Facebook. Have a great night, everybody.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much. We
Good
have
night,
everybody.
We have one more minute, or
Now we're done.
oh, okay.